Hi everyone, my name is Cindy Martinez. I am the Dean of Students here at KGI. I have the honor of sitting with some of our current KGI students to hear a little bit about them and what they're involved in at KGI. I'd like our guests today to begin introducing themselves. And Kent, why don't you tell us a little bit about your background?
Okay, my name is Tochukwu Anyaduba. I usually go by Dubem because it's a little bit shorter and easier to remember. Prior to coming to KGI, I have a background. My BSc was in microbiology, and I had my master's at the University of Westminster, London, where I studied environmental biotechnology. So I also worked in the field for about 8 years as a field biomedical engineer, where I had to travel through maybe different localities in Nigeria, remote areas as well, to train health service workers on how to use flow cytometry for immunophenotyping. They usually use it to manage people living with HIV/AIDS and doing CD4 counts. So I did that for about 8 years, and then decided to go into academia because that has always been my passion right from childhood. So I did that for about, I believe a semester, and then got an opportunity to come to the US for my PhD studies. So right now at KGI, I'm a PhD student studying in the Henry E. Riggs School of Applied Life Sciences, and my field of research is medical diagnostics. So I'm currently developing assays that can be used or adapted to point of need or point of care settings in remote environments. My primary focus or my primary passion is actually in limited resource environments in developing countries. So that's my background so far.
Great, thank you. You touched on it a little bit. Can you expand more and tell us how you initially became interested in sciences?
Like most Africans, we don't really decide on our own the path we want to go to. But my dad was a scientist. He studied microbiology like I did. So I kind of grew up seeing a lot of medical books or science books. So I kind of towed the line because I got the passion to do so. And also, I remember growing up, I remember seeing my dad maybe right from, I can't remember at what age, but I knew my dad lived on drugs, medication, because he was diabetic and hypertensive. So one thing I had in my mind was that I was going to study medicine and also toward the line of research to figure out a way to, treat endocrine diseases like diabetes. But as I grew up, I realized that yes, I became exposed to a lot of scientific fields, and more importantly, what actually sealed my desire to go into sciences was I watched some videos of a Professor Walter Lewin of MIT. So the way he carries on the message of science and physics, that it works, and I kind of saw the reality of science and decided I was going to toe the line, and more importantly, not just towing the line of being a scientist, but being able to teach with the same passion and the same convictions that Walter Lewin used. So that was what actually sealed the deal.
Great, thank you. What types of activities are you involved in at KGI?
I was a co-founder of the Pan-African Students Union, and currently I'm also the treasurer of the organization and also hold the position of the PhD student cohort representative in the student government. So apart from that, being part of the international students here at KGI, I tend to reach out to a lot of students, maybe from Africa or maybe particularly from Nigeria, who are maybe coming into KGI. I got some information about them, and then we get to relate, and I tell them more about KGI and maybe the opportunities available here for them. So I've been engrossed in that. Apart from that, in my lab, we have about 12 master's students, or rather about 8 master's degree students. So most of them are currently directly under me for mentorship. So I get to make out time apart from my research to train them on research skills and also do my research.
Can you describe an activity that you were not or may not be able to participate in due to funding?
Over the course of time, a lot of opportunities have actually eluded me because I may not be, I wasn't able to make up for the financial responsibilities for them. But one that is really critical at the moment is actually I came with the offer letter here. So this summer I got accepted to Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health into the infectious disease research, global infectious disease program. So because my research is mostly in medical diagnostics for limited income countries, my passion is actually to learn more about what the people that have been doing this research in Africa, what they know already, to learn from them the skills that I've exploited already so that I don't go about reinventing the wheel. So I decided to register for the program, and thankfully I got accepted for this summer. But because of the cost of the program, I may not be able to take advantage of that. So that would have been, I'm really passionate about infectious disease in Africa. As you know, we tend to depend a lot on Western countries for help, be it security, be it anything. But then the things that we can fight, diseases that are endemic to us, we still relay the whole responsibility to Western countries. But I dream of a generation where Nigerians or maybe any African country, they can come up and if there's a disease outbreak, they'll at least start from somewhere. So I dream of the opportunity to train younger Nigerians in research on infectious diseases. But in order to be able to do that, I need to learn more about what is known already. So which was one of the reasons I registered for this, and unfortunately I may not be able to attend that.
Wow, congratulations on being accepted. Hopefully the KGI Student Success Fund can be able to help you to send you to such a prestigious summer program. So how are you currently working to help pay college expenses?
Thankfully, I'm currently not paying tuitions because being in the PhD program, my tuition is taken care of, as well as I receive stipend. So, but part of the responsibilities that I have personally from family is quite limiting. That I'm not able to meet up with some of the engagements I would ordinarily love to engage in. As an international student, you're not allowed to work outside the campus, and also being a PhD student, it's not ideal to get an on-campus job, especially when I'm full-time in research. So it's been like an uphill task so far.
So can you talk a bit about any difficulties you're having in meeting your needs?
Since like I mentioned, I do receive stipend from the PhD program. But my position in my family kind of places a lot of burden, especially financial burden, where I'm not sure if you know, I'm married, but my wife is in Nigeria. She works, but what she earns is not really that much. And also my mom, she's elderly and is not able to work. My siblings and also my nieces, most of them depend on me. And being someone that has been opportune to come to the U.S., a lot of people look up to you for practically everything. I remember last year I had to talk to them about, that I have to find time to, find a way to take care of myself. So this year I initiated a project where I had to start up a business for them and be able to be self-sufficient. That way I can take care of myself while I'm here, and also hope that someday I'll be able to save enough for my wife to come over and join me.
Well, it's a lot for you to be here in a PhD program, and also I have to think about the family that you have to provide for in Nigeria. So, wow, I applaud you for the hard work. Can you please talk about how you would benefit from the Student Success Fund?
Like I did mention about the Harvard program on global infectious diseases, that would be the primary aspect that I would really love to receive help on. And I guess that's about it. For the rest of my engagements at KGI, having taken care of my family side, like I did mention last month, I'm hoping that I'll be able to be self-sufficient enough to take care of other things. But primarily, the professional engagement with this training is the only thing.
for this summer internship program, what are some of the expenses that are associated with that?
Okay, some of the expenses will include accommodation because this is in Boston, and also the tuition. I have to take about 7.5 credit units. Each costs about $1,700 per credit. So it's a lot of money. But if I'm able to get the cost of the tuition, my professor my PA has expressed willingness to assist me in some other areas. So basically, the tuition is the main hurdle.
If you could personally thank a donor who contributes to the Student Success Fund, what would you say?
I would definitely have a lot to say. I brought this letter. If you don't mind, can I read it? Okay, so this is a mail I sent in 2017 when I received the first funding I received from KGI for the MBS program. If you don't mind, I would read it. It's part of what I would say, and also if I have the opportunity to thank them personally, I would really do that. So I read, I write to express my unreserved gratitude and appreciation to the KGI for its grand contribution to my pursuit of happiness. The greatest and most difficult attribute of mankind is selfless giving, and I'm most humbled by this scholarship. Although the scholarship is tagged Merit Scholarship, but I'm sure I've done absolutely nothing for the KGI to merit a humbling $20,000 towards my studies. In building one's dream, many key factors determine what pieces of the puzzles comes next. Your offer of admission, merit scholarship, and hopefully need-based aid and international students loan not only determined the next pieces of my professional and academic dreams, it set the ball rolling. I most certainly hope to pay it forward someday towards making other people's dream come true. I promise to do justice to your generous gesture through hard work, both academically and professionally. I remain grateful. So this was a mail I sent to the KGI Financial Aid Office in 2017, and I still have that same mindset. Like, I would have been a dropout from my undergraduate because I lost my dad shortly before I started on my undergraduate studies. I practically dropped out, but some students gathered themselves and told me that no, I was too smart to drop out. They provided me with food and made sure that I stayed in school, and related with the person that gave them their own scholarship, and they helped me out. So I studied for my master's in the UK, not because my family could afford it, but because I got the Westminster International Scholarship that gave me full funding. So my life has been, I've been blessed by a lot of people that bring out their, whatever they have to help people like me. And my dream is not just to live for myself. It's not for me to maybe remain in the US in affluence and all that. My dream is that someday I'll be able to go back home. So whatever students or whatever people I can reach through my academic engagements, my academic trainings, to uplift them. I know at the moment living in Nigeria is very hard, or living in Africa is very hard. A lot of people, once they find the opportunity, they leave. But the few that will be able to stay, maybe they cannot afford a way to get out of the country or a way out. I'm hoping that my presence back there or my engagement back there would give them meaning. So that's what I'm hoping for, and I'll be eternally grateful to whomever that will be able to assist in any way.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your story. We really appreciate it. To contribute to the KGI Student Success Fund, go to kgi.edu/Student Success Fund. Again, that's kgi.edu/Student Success Fund.